All right, they're using the satellites again and the rootkits in the phone to slaughter another cat. Pay attention to the radiation burns on his head above his eyes.
Johnny,
Those are radiation burns across on both of his eyes on his head, the same thing that they did to Cowboy. You can't keep letting these people use their satellites and the rootkits that are in this phone to murder animals and people. You can't keep doing this. And you can't keep saying that you don't know what's going on either. Because there's satellites up in the sky that the CIA monitor, the National Reconnaissance Office, and the National Security Agency. There's 149 roots in the phone, root kits. A root kit is a piece of software with a name on it that grants the person that puts the rootkit in the phone root access to all of the phone's hardware and software without my permission. I never gave permission for any of the about 149 rootkits to be installed in the phone. They have names like the Hellenic Greek military, which is the Hells Angels and the Bloods and the Black Mafia. The root kits by the Hellenics, the Hells Angels and the Black Mafia, they work together. The root kits in the phone give the people that created the root kits and that access them the ability to use the antenna and the Wi-Fi antenna, the data antenna, and the Bluetooth antenna to transmit whatever radio wave they want, and you won't even know that it's being done. And what they can do is they can obfuscate the computer code and the signal with computer code and bounce it. Like, let's say there's 200 satellites up in the sky, right? That the NSA, the FCC, the CIA, and the National Reconnaissance Office all team up with the Masons to monitor. 200 satellites. It's like a constellation of stars. one satellite to another. They bounce the signal all over everywhere. And then at each point that the signal goes to, it goes through a donut of donuts of obfuscation of this signal and changing of the computer code. Call it the snake language. Cobra, Python, Viper, computer code languages like that. And it can do augmented and artificial intelligence, machine learning, to determine what somebody's going to expect the radio wave and the computer code to do to hurt someone or something. And it does the remote neural monitoring, and it can change up the path and the code of this signal that's doing the killing so that it can't be detected. It's called blindside plausible deniabilities. It doesn't matter. I can solve the problem right now with a civil trial lawyer and Title 18 U.S. Code subsection 1030 and New York State Statute 156.10. Problem solved. Guaranteed. Because I'll go in under a 14th Amendment deprivation of rights lawsuit as per Title 42 U.S. Code subsection 1983 and have the judge order writs for the police to make the arrests on the Title 18 U.S. Code subsection 1030 for the FBI to make the arrests, and then NYPD to make the arrests with New York State statutes subsection 156.10. Because as you constantly see every day in my phone, these routes are illegal and they are unauthorized. Root kits in any phone that are unauthorized, and it's easy to prove because the button is off. And furthermore, the root kits by the Hellenics, Hells Angels, and Black Mafia, they did not inform me of putting the roots into my phone and fully inform me as to what the roots were going to do and get me to sign a consent form. They didn't do that because they knew I wouldn't sign it. Therefore, they're all unauthorized. Any root kit in this phone that is unauthorized by me, which I will easily prove with a civil trial lawyer in court under a 14th Amendment deprivation of rights lawsuit, because the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution says that no state, not some, or if it has the right policies, no state shall make or enforce any law that denies anyone life, liberty, property without due process, nor deny to anyone born or naturalized in the United States of America equal protection of all the laws by the United States Constitution. Forcing the installation of rootkits in my phone that infringe upon my property is a violation of the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution, that no state shall make or enforce any law against not even the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court. Period. Please help. I'm sorry for yelling, but people were trying to distract me. And you guys know that when I get distracted, because the Mason G's get paranoid when I'm talking, so they try to distract me to throw off my delivery so that you won't understand what I'm saying. So I have to scream and yell. I'm not screaming and yelling at you. Please forgive me. I apologize. I'm sorry about that. I do not mean it like that. I would not present it that way in court, because in a courtroom, the Mason G would get taken out by the bailiff first. Not me. Nope. I've almost had that done before. It's not fun. I got 30 days for cursing at a judge one time. And I was remote controlled to curse at the judge. I didn't curse him out. I just said Merry fucking Christmas That's all I did. I said, Merry fucking Christmas in the courtroom. I didn't curse at the judge. I just said a curse word in general. It was horrible. It was a horrible day. It was a horrible day. And I was getting my ass kicked in the court. I was getting my ass kicked on the way to the court too. I got an ass kicking on the way to the court, and then I got an ass kicking in the court. And it was not fair. And then I found out the whole thing was remote controlled, even to the judge. That was 2007. It's 2026 now. That was a long time ago. I've been researching the law ever since on my own, so this is how I've become versed in the law the way that I am now. It's personal experience. It's personal experience and hard times. Hard times. Real hard times taught me the law. So I'm trying to teach you guys without having to go through what I went through. Please believe me. God bless and have a nice day.